the whole Fable debacle, okay? I've been arguing with people online all fucking day because, boy, people piss me off. And I don't know, am I wrong? Probably I'm wrong. You know, like, I'll walk you through the entire timeline of me crashing out on Twitter. Fable is releasing, like, the new Fable, the Fable that we all said, is it ever gonna come out? Like, is it really? You know, we all thought it was gonna be cancelled. And apparently it isn't. It isn't canceled. It's gonna come out autumn of this year. But there are some things about it that I don't fuck with. I have played all the Fables. All the Fables, with Fable 2 being the most that I've played out of 3 of them. Do I know what I'm talking about? Probably not. Do I know everything about Fable? No, all the lore and everything? No. But have I played all the Fable games and beat them multiple times? Yes. Okay, when I had like my 360. I know what I want. Like, it's, and I always say this, but it's given Veilguard territory in the sense of, I know what I want. I know what most people want. I know what the game is supposed to feel like, what it's supposed to look like. And when you present to me a product that I cannot recognize at a first glance that it is the product that you're selling me, then we have an issue. And I don't care that most people are like, well, I have played Fable since 1982 and I don't mind the changes. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about my opinion on things. Me. I don't care about your guys' opinion. This is what a lot of people don't understand. It's like, oh, you're speaking for everybody. No, I'm speaking for me. Why would I speak for you? You speak for you. I don't care about what you think. You shouldn't care about what I think either, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because that's why we're here. I haven't watched the Developer Direct 2026. You haven't watched the Developer Direct and you're complaining about it? Yes. What about it? So we're gonna watch it. So to see if my mind magically changes, to see if all the criticism I have about Fable goes away just because I saw the trailers. Or I'm just gonna double down and explain to you exactly why I'm doubling down. We'll see. So this is in-game footage. I've seen screenshots on Twitter. I have really seen what I needed to see about this game on Twitter. But I will watch it. We'll watch it, and then I will, you know, shit all over it, which is what I want to do, basically. Okay.
How can I help you, boss?
Fancy a date?
Very impressive.
It's here that in a moment of extreme danger, your heroic powers first emerge, and we discover that you are Albion's first hero in a generation. But not long afterwards, disaster strikes.
I love this. I love this already. I love it already. Wow. Designed to reimagine the whimsical world of Albion for a modern audience with deep open world. We started strong. Wow.
Including your beloved grandma, are turned to stone by a mysterious stranger. Suddenly alone in the world, you'll set off on an adventure which will change Albion forever.
Venturing out into the world is a huge moment because this is Albion like you've never seen it before.
Why?
Idyllic rolling hills, magical forests, bustling villages, sleepy hamlets, oversized vegetable patches, and stunning vistas. And because our Albion is truly open world, for the first time,
Open world,
you'll be
bro.
able to explore this rich and detailed world seamlessly.
Sorry. My bad. My bad.
With the freedom to go where you want from early in the game.
We can't wait to welcome you back to Albion's iconic capital city, Bowerstone. Home to Fairfax Castle, the old clock tower, and the legendary Heroes Guild.
It's a huge city, full of contrasts. Rich and poor, nobles and commoners, royalty and criminals. You'll spend plenty of time here during the game, as you discover the secrets of the Heroes Guild and its reclusive guildmaster, Humphrey the Golden.
In the north of Albion, you'll find mountains, craggy coastlines, spooky marshes, and the bleak, windswept city of Bloodstone. Here, you'll meet the leaders of two rival gangs, vying for power, and uncover the secrets of the sinister but extremely well-organized Cult of Shadows. Our Albion is beautiful, handcrafted, and richly detailed.
In Albion, heroes are special, different. They're stronger than regular people.
And so do you. In our game, we want you to play as the hero you want to be. And that starts with being able to choose how your hero character looks.
So, in Fable, you'll be able to pick from a range of different character heads and customize your clothing, hair, skin tone, tattoos, and scars, so the hero you play represents you.
But as well as your appearance, you can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
Just like the classic trilogy, heroes in our game fight with a combination of strength, skill, and will. Seamlessly blending melee and ranged weapons with magical abilities gives us style-weaving combat, allowing you to show off your personal playstyle
I have so many fucking things to say.
against single opponents and large groups of enemies alike.
So many things to fucking say.
Melee is at the heart of our close quarters combat. You'll use light and heavy combos, often knocking enemies off balance and executing stylish finishers. Swap to your ranged weapon to bypass enemy guard and deal with troublesome flying enemies.
Okay, so many things that I want to talk about. First of all, it looks like Avowed. I will remind you what Avowed looks like. It be looking like Avowed. To me. Okay? This is my opinion. Thank you. Down to the fucking ugly ass turquoise UI, which I hated and I still hate to this day. For me, Fable, the one that I remember, not this fucking, let's say Fable 2 for the sake of it. For me, Fable has always been, and correct me if I'm wrong, it is kind of like a parody of a fairy tale. It's like you are just dropped into like this fairy tale where everything is theatrical and everything is dramatized. Everything. The look of the game was dramatized. The interactions with NPCs, the villainous of the villains, like everything was very like dramatic because it was supposed to be kind of like their own parody rendition of a classic fairy tale of, like a book fairy tale. And I know that it's a product of its time, but it had that very like Fable look to it. Like you looked at the Fable games and they looked like Fable. Like they had like very like average looking kind of goofy faces. Like look at that. Like the way they looked like they were in costume. Like all the characters, all the NPCs, even the shit that you could wear, it looked like, like a costume. Like people were cosplaying around in Albion. Like the children, like everything about it was just a cartoon. It was a cartoon, like parody version of a fantasy RPG. Then you go to the new one and it just has that like blended, sanded Play-Doh look to it that all the new games have. That airbrush looked, which sure looks okay. Like this game doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like Albion and it doesn't look remotely interesting to me. For me, again, there was the binary morality system. So in Fable, there were the alignments and they were like, oh, you can lean to this side or this side. There was no middle ground. There was no like, oh my God, I am Batman. I am, what the city needs. Like, no. It was you can be shitty to the point that you're such a fucking piece of shit. Like you eat baby chicks and you kill millions of people and you enforce child labor. Like it was just, you're such a piece of shit that you're gonna grow horns like a devil from what a piece of shit you are, right? Because in fairy tales, a villain is a villain. You know, they twirl their mustache and they have like really funny voices and they have minions and henchmen. They're villains. And the other side is like, well, if you donate to the peasants and the commoners and you're nice to them and you bake them pies and you adopt a child, then you're gonna earn your halo. And you literally get a halo, like an angel halo. Because goody two shoes in fairy tales are goody two shoes. And you know, they get like little cheer up wings and shit like that. And the whole thing with that is like, again, it was a limitation of the technology they had back then, 100%. But they did something so interesting with it, in my opinion, which was they implemented those limitations of technology and coding and everything into the game, and they made it like a feature. They made it an iconic feature that then you had like pure. If you never sleep with anyone, you're pure. And if you sleep with everyone and more, you're corrupt. Like, and your character visually would change to accommodate those stereotypes, because that was what the game was about. That was the tone of the game. It was supposed to be on the nose. It was supposed to be like, oh, you're either good or evil. You're, you know, this. It wasn't about trying to lecture you about the morality choices that you could make. Like, Fable has never been Baldur's Gate 3. It has never been about having 1,001 choices about every little thing and shaping your character into. No, it was about playing as girl or boy. And you went around gallivanting around. You didn't even like care about the way, you know, your character looked. Because you just went around and bought like a pompadour wig and then wore like a pirate outfit that you bought in a town, and you looked like a fucking douchebag. And that was that was Fable. And then you found condoms in someone else's house and you stole them, and then you slept with a man's wife and killed him and married her, and then you killed her and married someone else. That's Fable. Fable doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't. And all I'm hearing is people like, well, you know, they're introducing a, because if you don't know, sorry, if you don't know, I'm fucking jumping the gun. The new Fable is not gonna have visual changes for your character, depending on your choices. The excuse was basically like, oh, you cannot quantify evil or good. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. It's a video game. And Fable did quantify good or evil because that was the point. Not all moral choices are subjective. There's objectively evil choices that you can make. In previous Fables as well, like a lot of people are like, well, they're going for like a subjective morality system where if you kill someone, there's gonna be people that are gonna be, you know, in favor of that because they hate that guy, or other people are gonna hate you because they like that guy. And it's like, that's cool. That is how other people view me, view my character. But if my character sets a fucking orphanage on fire, that's an evil action that I did. It doesn't matter that, you know, someone like a fucking crazy grandma in town fucking claps when the orphanage burns. That is objectively a bad thing to do. Therefore, that should reflect back to me in the Fable setting as you made a evil choice. Therefore, you're leaning more to evil adjacent than to good adjacent. There was not like in between. I don't understand with reboots and sequels where there are iconic things that everyone loves, or 99% of the player base loves, and they want to see in the new reboot or sequel, and they decide to just remove them for no reason. Don't tell me that, oh, they're just like, you know, it's their Fable game. Because then there's the entire fucking character creation thing, which is not a character creator, by the way. Like, this is the character creator. First of all, they only added the character creator because people were complaining left and right about the absolute, like, shitty character that they created for Fable. The Fable, like, face is this girl, which she looks fine, but it's like she's the most, like, common, like, protagonist ever. Like, I don't understand what they were thinking. Like, I get it, but at least make them look interesting. Like, make her, if she's what it was supposed to be like this, it was supposed to be like, like a semi-established protagonist. If you're gonna have that, and you're gonna have like, oh, the girl version or the boy version, which is what they did in the original Fables, at least make them look semi-interesting as a character. So a lot of people were like, oh, she just doesn't look like a protagonist. And the backlash was so big that they added a character creator into the game. Except it's not a character creator. It's basically you can change the skin tone. Like you have like probably like 5 options for the skin tone, and then you have different heads that you can. It's like, I don't know, like fucking grabbing the head of a Barbie and putting another one, something like that. You cannot go in depth to change everything about the character. It's not a character creator. So it's like, if you're gonna do that, don't do it. Because you're just bending the knee, but you're doing it in the most lazy way fucking possible. And it just goes to show that they have no backbone, by the way, because double down. If you're proud about your work, double down. Or if you're gonna backpedal, do it properly. But don't give me like a half-assed, in the middle, muddy fucking shit that I don't care about. The combat is okay. Again, it just, everything reminds me of Avowed, so I'm not excited. One thing about Fable is that the enemies are supposed to look goofy. They're supposed to look cartoonish. Okay, so this is semi-realistic, and people look humanoids. Like, they look like humans. They don't look like humans with exaggerated features or anything like that. They just look human. So then you have skeletons that look like Halloween decorations, which they're supposed to. But then they look like Halloween decorations, and you're like, that doesn't fit the visual theme that you're presenting me. So I've also heard that there's like 1,000, and I'm not even joking, 1,000 NPCs, and you can interact with all of them. And people are like, oh my god, that's so fucking cool. You know what that reminds me of? Of a Starfield. How many planets you could explore in Starfield? Like, oh, there's so many planets in Starfield that you can go and explore. How did that turn out? People are like, oh my god, that's so cool. It's like, huh, yeah, it's great, it's amazing. It's like, but what about character depth? Like, you're changing things. You're changing the morality system, you're taking things out, you're adding NPCs. Are they gonna be interesting NPCs? 1,000 of them. I'm not joking. I'm not this is not a hyperbole. It's not an exaggeration. It is 1,000 or more NPCs that you can interact and marry and this and that. It's like, okay, but that means that they're probably going to be very shallow. Make a more reasonable number. Make 20 like not essential NPCs, but like very specific NPCs that have like an amazing background, and they have this and that, and give me 20, 30. I'll take 30. 1,000 of what? Of exhausting their dialogue tree in 5 minutes? Is that what it is? Of having like a baby with them and then they never speak to me again? Is that the quality that we are talking about here? Like, more doesn't equal better. I love that they keep showing like, oh, you can kick the chickens. Do you remember in the other games where you could kick the chickens? You can kick the chickens. Is this Unreal Engine? Can anyone confirm or deny my accusations? Because it be looking like Unreal Engine. This is bad. This right here. Designed to reimagine the whimsical world of Albion for a modern audience with deep open world. The open world, I can take it or leave it. I don't think it's gonna be that good of an open world. I don't think it's gonna be huge of a map. So whatever, I can take or leave open worlds. The whole bit of modern audience, why? Because I have been arguing with the modern audience all fucking day today on Twitter, and I have come across fucking like pearls of wisdom, gems, if you will, diamonds of, well, it doesn't really matter if they remove binary morals and visual changes according to alignments. It doesn't matter because most people that are gonna play the new Fable have never even touched the older Fables. They don't even know there were other Fables before this one. And I'm supposed to sit there and take it. And I'm supposed to sit there and allow them to talk to me that way. It's given, once again, like Avowed kind of rebranding itself to not be associated with, what was it? Was it Pathfinder? What was it? Pillars of Eternity. To not be associated, to be kind of like a soft reboot. Because they think, right? They think, oh, soft reboot. This is gonna be such a great game that we're gonna make like 4 more. Over my dead body. Not happening. This is a reboot. And they're naming it Fable. It's not Fable though. I've played Fable, and it's not this. This is Fable Andromeda. It's not Fable. It's their attempt at Fable. And the fact that it is advertised for modern audiences. I don't understand what that means. To this day, I still don't understand what a modern audience is. Someone that still sucks their thumb, someone that doesn't know how to tie their own shoelaces, someone that drools when they speak. Who is the modern audience? And why are we making games for them? They have like those games where you have to match the shape in your hand to the shape in the, like a square, circle, triangle. They have those. They don't need video games. They don't play video games.